Hey Aries, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for June 24th, 2025, and I'm excited to announce that channel memberships are now live. If you'd like to support the channel, get special perks, and access to exclusive content, click the link in the description box below or navigate over to channel memberships to subscribe. To become a channel member, what's going on with Aries out there in the world today? We have the Three of Wands in reverse. You're no longer waiting. I think you've been let down. I don't think this means that what you've been waiting for arrived, although that's possible. We'll see how the reading turns out. But the energy I'm getting off of this is that you get fed up with waiting, and whether or not it's ever going to show up, you don't care anymore. You're like, this is too much waiting. Nine of Wands. There's work in the waiting somehow. It feels like a burden to you. Like, where are they? Why are they not coming through? Yeah, the Moon in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's like you're wondering whether or not you've already been let down in some way. Like, are they saying no? Am I waiting around here for no reason? There's too many unknowns. I'm just being left to wonder, and I'm not cool with that. So rather than wait around to find out if you're being let down or jilted in some way, you're saying no to the whole situation and not leaving yourself in a state of expectant waiting. You are focused on, totally, the Queen of Swords, Hanged Man in reverse. You are reading into the situation, believing that you are seeing accurately, reading between the lines of what's not being said, some sort of truth, and you're believing what you are interpreting the situation to mean. You pair that with a Hanged Man in reverse, and this is someone who is not interested in being sucked into paying their full attention to something. It's like you feel like someone has you on the hook and you're just like dangling there, waiting, paying attention to them, but there's nothing happening. This could be a potential love interest. King of Cups there at the bottom of the deck. Let's see what shows up in the reading. In the recent past, we have Two of Swords in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse. You're sticking to your guns and a decision's been made because you've learned a lesson, because you had to learn the hard way through experiencing something, and that's informing how you're approaching this situation now by making the choice and saying, no, I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to involve myself with it. I'm not going to do it. Could be a choice related to an offer in love, Ace of Cups there. But again, nothing love related is coming out in the reading. It's just kind of hinting at it. Some background energy there at the bottom of the deck. Show me from your higher self perspective, what is the silver lining to this whole experience? It's going to free you up of a mindset that had been limiting you in the past, something that you used to spend a lot of time stressing out about. Nine of Swords. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like you're no longer limited in that way, and it's just from a mindset shift. Opening up your mind to other possibilities for maybe what it could mean when someone leaves you waiting. How are you meant to behave when someone says, hold on, I'll let you know? Does that mean sit there at the dock waiting to see whether or not they're ever going to show up? Or does it mean going about your business and then the impetus is on them to come and find you and let you know if and when it's time to whatever? There's some sort of just something clicks for you where you make a shift on how you interact with those sorts of energies moving forward because of what you're experiencing right now. And your higher self sees it as an important shift and therefore a worthwhile experience to have. However disappointing it might feel in the moment, your higher self is like, see, This is setting you up to make better decisions or interact with people in a better way moving forward. And then moving forward, we have a beautiful, healthy, loving, passionate commitment. Very reciprocal. Very cutesy. We have the Empress in reverse, which tells me that you'll be ready to level up through experiencing this connection. It'll bring something new and better out of you. I have the sense that this person is going to believe the best of you. Like, always give you the benefit of the doubt and encourage you to achieve the potential that you are going for. Real cheerleader sort of energy. If you say, you know, I always kind of wished that I could start a dog walking business, they're going to be like, you'd be so great at that. And I could help you with the marketing. And if you need any graphic design work, I'm sure my buddy would blah, blah, blah. It's like the supporter, the passionate believing in you and wanting you to express more and better from yourself. Not in a like, you need to change and be better because you're awful. But in a, you're expressing something you want to do. I believe in you, and I'll encourage you, and I'll support you in it. It feels like a very thriving sort of energy. Something that's going to impact you when you don't see it coming is this shedding of old desires that used to motivate you. It just doesn't do it for you anymore. It's like, yeah, I used to choose a partner because they were really funny. They made me laugh, and I liked just the levity, the escape from having to deal with serious things in the world because they know how to turn everything into a joke, and that's funny. And now, maybe the shift is, well, I want to access like deeper, more serious things, and if we're always bypassing deep emotions to keep things trivial, keep things funny, make things a joke, maybe that got annoying, maybe it got old, maybe it got shallow, and you're like, oh, that doesn't do it for me anymore. That thing that was in that one cup isn't what sparks my desire. It doesn't tempt me to connect with someone anymore when I see, oh, haha, they're so funny. Like, okay, that's great for them. It's not what I want anymore. Your hopes and fears, we have death in reverse. More than likely, this is saying that you just don't want to go through any major endings in life, maybe specifically in relationships. You've had your fair share of shedding the old skin, rebuilding yourself after some major setbacks or endings in life, and you have to sort of start over again. You're like, how many starting overs do I really need to do in life? Can this just be who I am now? Can this be my home? Can this be my job? Can this be my social, whatever sort of roots you're trying to put down? I feel like there's this real aversion to the risk of major endings occurring again in life. So in context of relationships, that's like, hey, if you're not in it for the long haul, I don't even want to go on a date with you. If you're not, in general, if you're not looking for something long term and you don't know that about yourself, please don't waste my time. I don't want to fall in love with someone else and have them be unserious about the whole concept of relationships, where they're just gonna go move abroad for a year on a whim, not prioritizing the fact that you've been dating for years, whatever. Your end result, the way that this is all headed, is resolving with you turning an emotional corner, feeling like you have grieved a loss, and you're ready to pick up the pieces and move on and start feeling more optimistic for the future, focusing on the things that are working in your life and capitalizing on those, building upon those, letting the past start to fade into the past. And as you do so, those feelings of grief and sensitivity on that subject are going to start to fade. Your advice is finish processing this healing. If you feel like you're past it, like you really have turned the corner, once you get there, Spirit is encouraging you not to reopen the wound. You don't need to keep examining it, digging at it. Was I in the wrong? Is there something I could have done differently? I don't want to repeat that mistake, so let me put myself back in the situation and examine it. And it's keeping a wound open and festering unnecessarily if you do that. There's an opportunity for it to really heal, find some closure, and like I said, like let that wound sort of not be as sensitive. If we're talking about like an emotional wound as a metaphor, a physical wound, it's like you're gonna bump up against it sometimes, and every time you do that moving forward in time, it'll be less and less sensitive. Someone will say something that's triggering, that reminds you of a past painful experience, and you'll just roll with it, and it won't sort of you won't flinch and worry, oh no, is this happening again? It'll be like, oh, this is a different person, different context. Your wounds will be healing. So the encouragement here is let the wounds heal. You're ready. Aries, I hope that helped. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you back next time.